Hello. Hello, hello. My name is Vivian Wolf, and this is Your Yoga Life. We're a YouTube channel for people experiencing the adventure that is menopause, whether perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause. And today we're doing a little live stream podcast type situation where we talk about the benefits of pelvic health in menopause. So if you happen to be watching this live, be sure to say hello in the comment section. If you feel like it if you're watching the replay at any point, feel free to ask your questions below. I'm happy to answer them for you. And let's dive right in, shall we? So first we're just going to talk about like the pelvic region. Sometimes we don't talk about this very often. I was sharing with a student earlier today about the fact that I didn't even know what a pelvic floor was or what its purpose was until I was a full-grown adult, and I feel like that's a missed opportunity in our education systems to help us learn about our bodies, right? So the pelvic region, whenever I'm talking about our pelvic health, it's not just the pelvic floor, although it is the pelvic floor. It's the whole area that encompasses our urinary system and our reproductive system. So anything that has to do with urinary health and reproductive health, that's kind of in the same area, right? So if we're going to get into that, so we're talking about like the bladder, we're talking about kidneys, we're talking about uterus, we're talking about all of that stuff, right? And it all kind of sits together. The kidneys are a little higher, but for the most part, they're all together, right, in a little area, right? From an energetic point of view, from a yogic kind of point of view, when we are talking about our pelvic health, we're talking about both the root chakra, Muladhara chakra, and sacral chakra, Svadhisthana chakra. Sometimes we get into Manipura too because our core and our pelvic floor kind of interact with each other. They kind of work together to help keep things kind of where they should be, right? So whenever we're talking about keeping things where they should be, that's when we're going to start talking about what happens to us in menopause. In menopause, the hormone fluctuations are what happens. We get a reduction in our estrogen and in our progesterone, and it causes some imbalances. Sometimes it causes other hormones to spike. Some of our other organs that produce hormones, they start to produce other kinds of hormones like estradiol, which is a different kind of estrogen. So there's a lot of different things that happen. The level of stress that we encounter will affect the way that this happens, the type of food that we eat, the amount of sleep that we get, all of that stuff kind of interplays together in all of this. But whenever we start to lose our estrogen, when we start to lose our progesterone, whenever the uterus stops going through the menstrual cycle where it kind of plumps up with blood, waiting for a fertilized egg, and then sloughs off all that plumping month to month to month. When it stops doing all of that, it can atrophy a little bit, right? And whenever it atrophies, that creates space around it, wherein all the other organs, urinary organs, and our other reproductive organs, the fallopian tubes, the ovaries, all of that stuff, they can shift, and that's not always great. So we want to make sure that we keep everything right where it should be. Not only that, but whenever we have a healthy pelvis, when the pelvic region of our body is healthy, then we have fewer urinary problems. Urinary problems can be something that comes up during menopause. We also sometimes in certain areas of our body, we experience dryness, itchiness, tightness, a loss of sensation, a loss of muscle. All of that can be managed through an attention to pelvic health, right? And that's what yoga offers, is the attention to pelvic health. So we not only do postures or asana that help us strengthen our pelvic floor and our core and all of the hips and the muscles in the hips and everything like that to keep that whole region in a healthy place. There's also pranayama or breathing techniques that help us to tone and to release the stress. Sometimes it's not that we need more strength, sometimes it's that we need more relaxation. Just kind of depends on the situation. So we do postures, we do breathing. There's also meditations that help with relaxing and letting go of the stress and the tension that can sometimes build up in our pelvic region, right? So with that in mind, I just want to remind everybody that right now in my online studio, we are holding a free Mula Bandha challenge. Mula Bandha means root lock, and it really is kind of an awareness and a connection to the pelvic floor, the very bottom of our pelvic region. We're learning how to become aware, to feel whenever these tissues, when these muscles are moving, how to intentionally move them, how to strengthen and also relax them, right? So if you're interested in that, I think that there is a link in the description. You can join it. I am recording it, so if you are catching this after the live challenge has ended, you can still enjoy the Mula Bandha challenge on your own time. It's great. It's great. It's great. So also, as a yoga therapist, I also can offer, beyond the yoga postures, the yoga breathing, and the yoga meditation, I can also offer up Ayurvedic practices to help with pelvic health. And in that, we talk about self-care practices such as Abhyanga, which is a oil massage. And we use particular marma points. Marma points are similar to acupressure points. Using those during your Abhyanga can help to keep your pelvic region in better health, right? There's also what I call constitutional practices. So in Ayurveda, just a very, very brief overview of Ayurveda, we talk about how people are comprised of particular elements, and we group those elements in particular ways that we call our constitution. Everyone has their own unique constitution, their unique combination of elements within them. And so mindfully attending to your constitution, your dosha, as they call it, mindfully applying practices for your dosha will help you stay in homeostasis, which means your whole body stays in better health. And lastly, one of the effects when we're talking about doshas, one of the effects of menopause is that our vata increases. Vata is one of the doshas. Vata increases, and sometimes it gets excessive, right? And whenever that happens, we want to balance our vata. We want to bring that vata back into a place where it plays with the other doshas in a better way. And we do that through the foods that we eat, through the self-care practices that we do, the types of yoga that we do, the types of yoga practices, asana movements, postures, and breathing that we do. So just real quick, I'm going to give this is so general, and obviously, if you have any concerns about your diet and how to use your diet to help with your health in menopause, you should speak with a dietitian or nutritionist or an Ayurvedic practitioner. I am a yoga nutritionist, an Ayurvedic nutritionist, but this is very, very general. So very, very generally, if you want to balance your vata a little bit better, then start to incorporate foods like almonds, peaches, or sweet potatoes into your diet. And see if you can swap out other things with these things. You can still enjoy other foods. You don't have to only eat these things. In fact, that's not balanced. That's not balanced. We want moderation in all things. So just introducing these foods and maybe enjoying them in place of other foods and see how that makes you feel, right? Now, I'm going to check real quick in the comment section, see if there's any comments here. There are not. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a close. That's all the information I wanted to share with you today. I hope you have enjoyed it. In the comment section, let me know if you have any questions. What are your insights? What are you experiencing that is related to pelvic health? And also, if you want, put in your requests. I'm happy to cater or curate this live stream podcast to the information that you are interested in. Of course. So Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful day. And of course, always take good care of yourself. Mwah, mwah.